Hello, today's topic is on infant feeding. Infant feeding is crucial for proper growth and development. It includes breastfeeding, the breast milk substitutes which are formula feed, and in developing countries, cows or buffalo milk, and the introduction of complementary food at the appropriate age. So today we are going to discuss on these topics. First, know what is first 1000 days. This is also known as a golden 1000 days of life. Because during this period, there is 80% of brain growth achieved by one infant, 50% of adult height and 20% of adult weight is gained during this period. So this period starts from 9 months in utero till first 2 years of life. So during this period, healthy nutrition is very, very essential to promote the well-being of this child. First feed for the baby is breast milk, and breast milk is the best for any newborn baby. Nothing can be better than this. General guidelines regarding breastfeeding is a baby should be exclusively breastfed till 6 months of life. Exclusive means not even water, except for medication which are indicated, only breast milk should be fed. And then 6 months later, complementary feed starts, but the breastfeeding should continue till 2 years of life. So this is the WHO guidelines or the recommendation. Now let's see what is breast milk substitute. Sometimes in certain circumstances, when the mother's breast milk cannot be continued, those times we have to use breast milk substitutes. So in the developing countries, the substitutes used are cow's milk, buffalo milk, and then commercial infant formulas. So whatever you use, that should be easily available and hygienic milk. So in developing countries, many people, they cannot afford the infant formulas, so they go with cow's milk. Though cow's milk is not recommended before 1 year of age. And always remember, excess milk intake, that is more than 720 ml per day, should be avoided in any child. Because if you give excess milk, there is a high chance this child might have iron deficiency anemia, and then there is a reduced intake of other good solid foods which may lead to malnutrition. And there is always a higher incidence of milk protein allergy, and GI bleeding can occur because of this allergy. Cow and buffalo milk. Ideally, this is not recommended till 1 year of age, but in certain circumstances, they have to use. So if you use cow's milk, it should be diluted at the ratio 3:1 with clean boiled water for the first 2 months. Then undiluted cow's milk, boiled and cooled before each feed can be given. That will be best alternative feed for infants, especially in the developing countries. And buffalo milk, if you give, you have to remove excess fat, add 1 teaspoon sugar to 4 ounces of milk, and giving sugar to the newborn is not indicated. So it's best not to use buffalo milk. Now come to amount and frequency of feeds. So this is a table showing at what age, at what frequency you should feed. So birth till 1 month, 50 to 75 ml per feed is required, and frequency is 6 to 7 times per day. 1 to 2 months 75 to 100 ml per feed and 6 to 7 times per day. 2 to 4 months 100 to 125 ml per feed and frequency 5 to 6 times per day. 4 to 6 months 150 to 175 ml per feed and then 5 times per day. More than 6 months 175 to 200 ml per feed is required and the frequency will be 4 to 5 times per day. Mode of feeding. Feeding can be, besides breastfeeding, if you are using a formula feed, then avoid bottle feed. This creates a nipple confusion and the baby stops breastfeeding. So always avoid bottle feed, and bottle feed has high chances of contamination with infections. So use cup and spoon if you are feeding formula feed, or cup only. Complementary feed. So this is started after 6 months of age. The complementary food means food which complements breastfeeding so that the child continues to get enough energy, protein and other nutrients to grow normally. And 6 to 10 months is the best time. This is the window period for offering new types of food because this time this child develops taste for new food. Quality of complementary feed. It should be right in consistency, locally available and inexpensive. It should be nutritious. Calories as well as protein, calcium, iron, zinc, vitamins should be in adequate amount. Should be low in bulk, soft and easy to digest. If it is low in bulk, so it is soft and easy to digest. It should be clean and hygienically prepared. Good to taste. Not time or energy consuming to prepare this complementary feed, and very easily prepared at home and easy and safe to store. And it should be culturally accepted also. So these are the criteria for complementary feed. Introduce egg and meat at around approximately 1 year of age, and the juice can be started after 6 months of age. The important aspects of complementary feed shortly if you see. It should be adequate in amount. It should be providing sufficient energy, protein, micronutrients, and timely fed, and safely stored, hygienically prepared and safely stored so that there is no chance of contaminations, and also properly fed, because from breastfeeding for a baby to switch to complementary feed is a challenge to them. They have to learn from sucking, they have to learn how to chew and swallow. So this is a challenge for them. So you need to take time and then try to properly feed the baby, because initially this might be difficult for the mother as well as for the baby. Now come to the texture. How you should be changing the texture depending upon the age appropriate texture and adaptable feed consistency, how it should be done. So at 6 months when you start the complementary feed, you should be feeding in the puree form. So whatever you make a paste or puree of those products and then let the baby feed slowly. Then 6 to 7 months of age, along with puree you start giving mashed food, so that gradually switching over to semi-solid. Then 8 to 12 months of age, along with mashed food, finely chopped food should be given, and then you stop giving puree at around 8 months of age. Many times mothers, they don't know, so they continue giving the puree even up to 1 or 2 years of age. So that is, if you do that, the child will never learn how to chew and swallow. So you have to slowly, gradually switch over. So 6 to 12 months, mashed and plus finely chopped food should be given. And after 12 months, that is after 1 year, small soft pieces of food and mixed textures of food, whatever you're taking in the family food should be gradually introduced after 1 year of age. Optimal infant and young child feeding recommendations in short is like this. Early initiation of breastfeeding should be done within 1 hour after birth. Then you continue exclusively feeding the baby till 6 months of age. After 6 months, you start the complementary feed but continue breastfeeding till 2 years of age or sometimes beyond even. And then 6 months to 24 months is the time you add on all the complementary feeds. Weaning period extends from 6 months to 2 years and sometimes even 3 years. This is the period when gradual change from total breast milk to appropriately modified adult mixed diet is done. And common practices are using during the initial period lito, sattu, halwa, jaulo, dal, all these things are used. The food that should be avoided during the weaning period is salt and sugar, not to be given till 1 year of age. The refined food should be avoided, soda beverage not to be given, coffee or tea not to give, honey should not be introduced before 1 year of age because there is chances of allergy. Even nuts, the whole nuts should not be given to a child till less than 5 years of age because there is a high risk of choking and an aspiration of the foreign body can occur. So risk of choking is there, and many times there is nut allergy also in less than 1% of cases, especially if there is a family history of atopy or allergy. Now come to problems associated with too early initiation of weaning. If you do too early initiation of weaning, there can be short-term and long-term problems or complications. Short-term problems might be decreased suckling frequency and intensity, and then early weaning from breast milk leads to iron deficiency anemia. There might be diarrhea and hypernatremia. Long-term problems can be malnutrition, obesity, hypertension, and atherosclerosis. While adding the complementary feed, introduce one new food at one time in small quantity, then next food added at 1 or 2 weeks interval. Feed 2 to 3 times per day with breast milk, then 4 times per day by 1 year, then 5 times per day by 2 years of age. Make soft foods till baby has teeth. And meal times should always be made very enjoyable. You should feed the baby by communicating with them so they enjoy feeding. Complementary feed should be offered during the family meal time, 2 to 3 times per day, and then gradually increase in quantity. So while coming to the calorie calculations, the average amount of energy given by complementary feed should be 2 to 300 kilocalorie per day at 6 to 8 months of age, 4 to 500 kilocalorie per day by 9 to 11 months of age, and 12 to 23 months of age, more than 700 kilocalorie per day a baby should be getting from complementary feed. So if the baby is getting this much amount, that means the baby is getting adequate calorie along with the breastfeeding. Now come to the IMNCI food box. The food box designed by IMNCI, that is Integrated Management of Neonatal and Childhood Illness. According to this, up to 6 months, they say breastfeed as often as child wants, day and night, at least 8 times per day, exclusively till 6 months. Do not give any food or fluid, not even water. So this means exclusive breastfeeding, exception for the medication. And continue breastfeeding even if the child is sick. So food box IMNCI 6 months to 12 months states that breastfeeding as often as child wants should be given. Then frequency of complementary feed should be 3 times per day if a baby is breastfed, 5 times per day if the baby is not breastfed. And the amount of serving at this age should be 1 katori per serving. Food box IMNCI states at this age puree to mashed food should be given. So 6 months start with puree and gradually switch over to mashed food. So the varieties of food recommended by this food box is sevaiya, dalia, halwa, kheer, porridge, which is cooked in milk. You can give roti, bread, biscuits, khichdi along with added oil and ghee, and add cooked vegetables. Then gradually mashed, boiled, fried potatoes can be given, and then in between you should be giving fruits. Banana, mango, papaya as snacks in between is also recommended by this food box. According to this food box, 12 months to 2 years, breastfeeding as often as child wants should be given, and frequency of complementary feed should be 5 times per day, and the serving should be 1.5 katori serving per time. Offer food, and then you start after 1 year, you can start offering food from the family pot. No need to make separately for the child. You can serve from the family food after 12 months till 2 years. After 2 years and older, you can give family food 3 meals per day, and twice in between nutritious snacks you can give in between, like banana, fruits, biscuits you can give as snacks. Some healthy snacks, not the junk foods. Thank you. So next class I'll continue with the nutrition deficiencies.